Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 2024 reading goals review. I wanted to talk about the goals I set for 2024 and what happened with them, if we've accomplished them or if we didn't, and also all of my stats for my reading for 2024. I had a lot of fun putting them together. Some of it was kind of shocking when I compared it to 2023. So without further ado, let's just get into it. I have my laptop here, which is why I have my glasses on, but these are so light reflective, so I'm probably gonna take them off. I recently got blue light blocking glasses to see if they help with my headaches and stuff. I don't know so far. I've had them for like 5 days, so I think I need to maybe wear them for a couple weeks to see if it helps or not. But let me just take these off. I feel like I look so weird with them on. So maybe we will first go through all the stats for my reading in 2024, and then we'll go through the goals I set at the beginning of the year and if we accomplished them or not. So in 2024, I read 95 books. I had a goal for 100 books. Clearly did not get to 100 books. I'm not surprised. I don't know. I had a really hectic year for some months and I did some traveling. So kind of with everything accumulative, I feel like I had less time to read, and I was also trying to expand my genres, read bigger books. All that to say, I read 95. It's still such a big number. I don't even think I'm going to make that in 2025. Knowing how busy life is getting, I don't think I'm reaching that, and I'm completely fine with that. But in 2023, I read 120 books, so a pretty big difference there. So for the total pages, we read 30,710 pages last year. So in 2023, I read 41,185. I actually was able to put together the amount of hours I listened to audiobooks for, and it was 122.85 hours. And that is a little bit over 5 days of just listening to audiobooks, which is crazy. My longest book was also my favorite book of the year, which is The Winners by Frederick Bachman, which came in at 673 pages. Well worth the read. And my shortest book was The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry at 26 pages. Such a cute short story. My average book length was 350 pages, which is really interesting because in 2023 my average book length was 340 pages, but I read longer books in 2023. And the average amount of days I took to finish a book, according to Storygraph, is 7 days, which is 1 day less than 2023. My average rating was 3.89. In 2023, it was 3.77, so technically I had a better reading year, but I feel like 2023 was better. I don't know. Maybe that's just like my bad memory. My highest rated month was August, where I had an average of 4.25 stars, and in 2023, my highest rated month was April. My lowest rated month was July, which my average rate was 3.25 stars. And in 2023, July was also my lowest rated month. So what is going on with July? I don't know. The month that I read the most pages in was in February, where I read 4,378 pages, which was 13 books. February, I read a lot of romance, and I read the Simple Wild series. Best month of the of the year. As for the breakdown of how I read my books, this past year only tracked physical, digital, and audio, but I do tandemly read a lot of books. In 2025, I added that as a category, but I don't have that for 2024. So 2024, I read 58 books physically, 22 books digitally, like an ebook, and 15 as audio. The physical and audio was definitely a more of a mix. And then my star ratings. So I gave, first of all, 0 books, 1 and 1.5 stars. I'm not surprised. If it's going to be that low, typically I would have DNF'd by then. I gave 1 book 2 stars. I gave 9 books 2.5 stars, which is mind-boggling to me. I gave 15 books 3 stars, 12 books 3.5 stars, 27 books 4 stars, which is my highest rank of the year. Makes sense. I gave 14 books 4.5 stars, and I gave 17 books 5 stars, In 2023, I gave 25 books 5 stars. As for my genre breakdown, my top category was romance, again at 39 books. But last year, like in 2023, I read over 50 romance books. So that is a big difference. And I feel like it's because I was reading a lot more different genres this year. So we have fantasy as the second at 12 books. We read 11 fiction books, 8 classics, which is a lot lower than it has been in a long time, 8 memoirs, which is a lot higher, 4 horror thrillers, 3 young adults, 3 short stories or poetry. I think it was just short stories, 3 nonfiction, 2 sci-fi, and 1 manga, and 0 middle grade. The last stat I wanted to go over was I kept tally of how many books I bought in 2024. It was a lot. I bought 160 books. So I bought more than I read. I would say though, if it was not for the Penguin Random House Friends and Family book sales that I go to, there I in total bought 87 books. So if it wasn't for that, it would have been a lot less, under 100 books, but still a lot of books. Now, what I haven't put together is how many books of the 160 that I have read. I think it's possibly 40, but I'm not sure. And I don't think I'm going to tally that up because I'm going to have to go back and look at all the receipts of the books I bought. And I don't think I have that. So anyways, that's a shocking number. We'll see how much it is in the coming year, but I'm really, really hoping it is not even 100 books. I looked at my notes for my goals of 2024 and I wrote buy less books, around 5-ish a month, minus book sales. So that would have meant to buy 60 books and I bought 160, and if I calculated the book sale, I think that was 87 books, right? So if I do 160 minus 87, I am 13 books over, which is not like horrible, but it is. Now let's go over my 2024 reading goals. So the first goal I have here was I wanted to read 5 books by Polish authors. I'm not going to harp on this for too long. This is something I struggle with, and it is a goal I keep implementing because I want to do it, but I don't set the time to do it. I read 1 book. The next goal I had written down was read 6 translated books. I read 6. I'm pretty sure I read more than 6, but I stopped keeping track once I hit the goal, so that's amazing. The next one was read 6 nonfiction that does not include memoirs, and I only read 3, so 50%. Not horrible, but could be much, much better because I do own more than 6 nonfiction books that I haven't read, so I really did not have any excuses as to why I didn't hit this goal other than I didn't want to read them. Then I wanted to finish 10 series that I'm currently in the middle of, and I did finish 10. I'm pretty sure I finished more than 10, which I am so happy about. I carried this goal also into 2025 because I think it is a goal that is really good to focus on. Then I wanted to read 5 big books, and this meant 800 plus pages, and I read 0. I think I was way in over my head with this goal. I don't know what I was thinking. It didn't happen. I do have the similar goal of reading big books, but I narrowed it down to, I think I wrote 600 plus pages as a big book, so I think that is a lot more attainable for me. And then my last goal on this page was to read 65 books from my physical TBR, and I had an asterisk on this. To qualify for my physical TBR, it had to be a book that I bought prior to 2014, and that really messed me up because I bought books last year and I read a lot of the books that I bought, but I didn't, it didn't count. So I read 42 out of 65, which is not horrible. I do wish it was more, but if you looked at my stats, I read 58 books physically. So I would have almost hit my goal if I included the books that I bought last year as well, but whatever, it is what it is. It's still a great accomplishment, and I love really focusing on my physical TBR, and so I also continued this goal into 2025. And then lastly, I really talked about last year wanting to slow my pace of reading, and I do think I did do that, but there is still room for improvement. And it is another thing that I am just trying to implement more in 2025 is to really savor the books I'm reading. And I've implemented a whole new reading journal in my routine where I want to journal while reading so that I can reflect more. And also, this should positively impact my ability to really provide detailed reviews, because usually at the end of the month, I can have a hard time of remembering every single thing I thought about the books from the beginning of the month. So I really wanted to change that and make sure that I'm able to give ample information and like back up my feelings and with details as to why I liked or didn't like a book. So it's another thing I will be focusing on in 2025, but I do think I did improve in 2024, but again, room for improvement. What else did I want to go over? For my 24 books in 2024, how many did I read? I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 out of 24. So a little over half, not close to 24 at all. The books that I did not read were Beloved, War and Peace, Forever Strong, Middlemarch, The Priory of the Orange Tree, Mansfield Park, Kafka on the Shore, Rainer Maria Rilke's New Poems, Crime and Punishment, and that's it. So a lot of these were bigger, more intimidating books that I did not read. I'm still happy of the progress that we did make. And then for my book bingo, as you can see here, I did not do 3. So I didn't read a book 1,000+ pages long. I did not read any middle grade, which is crazy. And I didn't read any books from my 23 and 2023. Those are officially all of the stats and the little challenges I set for myself in 2024, how I did on them. I think it was a decently successful reading year, and I am hoping that 2025 is even better. Let me know how your goals review was like for 2024, and if you also did not a great job at some things and then successfully accomplished other things. I'm really curious to see what other people set as goals, because we're all such different readers, and what is something I want to focus on can be completely different to what others want to focus on in their reading. So thank you for watching and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you all in my next video, which is very, very soon. Bye!